Well, let's speak now live on the programme to Alex Vines, who is the Africa Programme Director at the European Council on Foreign Relations. Welcome to you. Thanks for joining us. Can you hear me, sir? We had a little interruption on the line there.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Great. So as we heard there from Emmett, from our correspondent, actually a deal was already signed between the foreign ministers of Rwanda and DR Congo back in June. So how much of a difference, if any, do you think the signing today will make?
Well, this is ceremonial, but you do have the heads of state. So you have President Tshisekedi and President Kagame of the Democratic Republic of the Congo and President Kagame of Rwanda. So that's important. I mean, a year ago, both these gentlemen wouldn't be talking to each other at all, certainly not being in the same room. So this is a step forward. But as your correspondent in Kinshasa, Emmett, reflected, they're still fighting in Eastern Congo. M23 and the Congolese army are exchanging hostilities right at the moment. And so there isn't peace in Eastern Congo. And we'll have to see whether the leaders can command the M23 forces in terms of Rwanda, and the Kinshasa government certainly will tell its forces to stop. So there's a lot more going, I think, that needs to take place before we can say that this is a lasting peace agreement.
Yeah, and you said that such a meeting between Kagame and Tshisekedi a year ago would have been unthinkable, really. How much credit do you give to the US President Donald Trump himself for getting us this far?
Yes, I mean, I think we have to credit the United States for knocking heads together. I mean, look, there's been lengthy processes involving the neighbors. There was a Luanda process led by President João Lorenzo of Angola. There was a Nairobi process led by the Kenyans. But nobody in Congo trusted the neighbors. They have carried their own agendas. So Mr. Trump, but also the Qataris, have played an important role here, I think, in providing at least some trust to bring together the heads of state of the DRC and Rwanda. So it is a step forward, but whether this can last, I don't know. I mean, the package you had before having me speaking had Congolese civil society talking about the importance of inclusive dialogue. And so this needs to be more than just an elite bargain. It needs also to have depth to it, I think, to be lasting. And indeed, the Qataris are still negotiating an agreement with M23 that has not been signed, the rebel group that many allege is supported by Rwanda.
Indeed, I was going to ask you about that because M23, of course, not attending this signing ceremony today at the White House. Do they need to be party to an agreement for anything to tangibly change on the ground?
Well, M23 are in control of very significant mining assets that bring in millions of dollars a week to them. So the prize is also about money. There are a lot of people talking about M23 being a puppet of Rwanda, but there's also the question mark that are they developing their own autonomy? Are they building up their own economy? And how enthusiastic would they be to lose significant revenue streams if the Congolese government was provided access again to the mining assets that they currently control?
You know, and as you've just alluded to there is clearly an economic aspect to this deal. What we will see today in Washington will open up access to the region's critical minerals for American companies as well. Can you just spell out for us why it is that that's part of this peace agreement at all?
Well, look, the American Department of State itself has given a figure to the mineral wealth of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. $25 trillion is the estimate of the US of the minerals that are in the DRC. So that's the prize for the Trump administration, and you can already see US companies looking to buy up Australian and Canadian mining assets or going into joint ventures of them. So this is a geopolitical competition to access strategic critical minerals, rare earths, out of the Democratic Republic of Congo for supply chains that go back to the United States.
Thank you very much indeed, Dr. Alex Vines, talking to us there.